Okay. Alright, folks. It's been a long time since I've done this. Somebody suggested to do a video blog, and I just finished doing some New Year's, and earlier I fell asleep on one of them, and this one, yeah, this one, I was sloppy. But they were meant to be, on a soft mount, not hard, rigid, poke your eyes out type, but they need a little work. But I just made them to replace the old triangles, and also making some adjustments, trying to get things to come out well. And because this is my first balaclava style head, so this is a good suit, as it turns out, for working on style, color, design, materials, and so forth, to experiment, so that the next one would be well done. But this will be just random things, trying to bring things up to date, straight from the fox's mouth, so to speak. Ain't no horse. I ride horses, don't play one. Before some guy gave me some money in July, didn't have the money to really afford gas to go anywhere, so I was shut in. And then in July, the anniversary started coming up. June 22nd was the first anniversary of the creation of Excelsior, the character and the persona in the Fur Affinity account. And the anniversary has been continuing. And I can't remember the date exactly, but Excelsior premiered complete at the first Fremont Bowling event, and that would be about a year ago on the 28th or 27th. And so that finishes off the anniversary stuff. Although the Federation Fox you could say an anniversary of that, but this is just something to experiment on anyway. It's not a serious character, much as wish I was. Had some back to transportation. I spent July running around and saying, okay, I've been harping about this for a year, I'm going to go, and so on and so on and so on. So I did all sorts of things, 2 bowling events, if I'm not mistaken, Vacaville and Fremont, and finally got to the San Francisco frolic. I did catch it when it was over by the convention in January in San Jose, but not the San Francisco venue. So I finally done that, and I actually felt comfortable there too. I'm a straight guy, and I was brought up on this clean Christian bullshit stuff. A little bit closed-minded, and that was also a personality thing I liked, was being, well, I called conservative, but it just meant reserved, maybe is a better word. Not really into sex, blah, 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 blah. Clean, simple, and so on. But after discovering furries, I decided to open my life up and look into the possibilities of what's out there. So frolic, it was neat that as much as a person like me would have been extremely uncomfortable, and I was in the past, but I'm growing up and learning at age 52, and I was comfortable there. And I have been having serious mental health issues where it's too easy for me to get upset and yell at people, fellow furs. It doesn't happen very often at all. Sometimes the way to look at it is how often does it happen? Very rarely, but when it does, it ruins my image. So it's going to be difficult to get a meeting going on out here in Antioch because I'm either not known or known as the guy that has problems beyond the ones that I do have, which is financial, still did not have a job, still on fixed income, disabled, and all that sort of stuff. And So I was just going wild, and the money was really supposed to be for new glasses because the frames broke that I was given in July, but I absolutely had to go. So I was doing all these things, and with my new friend, Sweet Bear Cub of San Francisco, and was doing all those sort of things. And on one trip, coming back, the car stopped running. No reason, just stopped. So after, I don't have a cell phone for many reasons. I don't have the money, and so on and so forth. Payphones have been all ripped out, but now businesses won't call emergency numbers for you. If you have an emergency, no cell phone, you're out of luck. And I tried to ask people, and a lot of them wanted money, lots of money. So there was just no way. And McDonald's and Shell in Bay Point just said no. They were not going to make a simple phone call to me, the police or AAA or anybody, nothing. It wouldn't be a liability on their part. I have legitimate numbers, card numbers, so there would be nothing wrong with it. But they were total jerks about it, so I eventually started ramping up and trying to stop traffic altogether completely until I finally got either the police to show up or somebody to call for me. One nice lady did, and so finally the police came over, pushed the car off the street, called AAA, and had it towed home. Then unfortunately I thought the car would not start. It would crank, but it wouldn't catch. There was no bump or anything. It was just not firing. And so I made a mistake of towing it to the shop, thinking I was going to get more money from friends. And I both did not get money from them and realized I really shouldn't be asking, and so on and so on and so on. And so I had to have the car towed back because I didn't have the money for them to do a diagnostic. I continued to try to find out on my own, getting code numbers and help from a friend online, find out what's going on. As far as I can tell, the ignition is dead. Everything else is fine. Everything is pretty good in that car. It's an old car. But the ignition's dead. So we have to find out why. So it's sitting there, and I'm unfortunately also about that same time ran out of medications, and I had appointments because the car was broken down. I couldn't make them, and they would not refill the pills without my going to the appointment. So I ran out and was off medications, and my depression tanked, and I spent a lot of time sleeping in bed. And I couldn't get myself to do anything. My motivation's been yanked from under me to get things done. This did take a while, several days, for me to get up the guts to finally do a video, and I did do one 3 days ago now, using the other camera, and its microphone didn't work for some reason. It didn't pick up very much. There might be settings or something, but it just didn't come out very well. I want to use a professional set, so you have the external microphone, and clip it here, wherever, and all that stuff, so you have control and make it more professional, meaning I just get it basically good. Not really professional, but just good enough. But I have to make do. So, I'm out of money. Car won't start, won't run. Can't get it fixed, top hand. I can't get myself motivated to do much. Feeling miserable. Although the other day I finally got a ride to the doctor. We got the pills filled, so I'm back on them, so I'm better than I was 2 days ago. On the whole video. And unfortunately, I have a feeling that the antidepressants I'm on make me a little antsy. So maybe it adds to the nervousness and so forth. And so when I go to an event and something goes wrong that prevents me from fur shooting or whatever, I flip out. And if I were not on those meds, I wouldn't be going. I'd be in bed, but I still would not be flipping out. So, we're thinking about some entertainment things to do now that I have a handler and a good friend. We're going to try and do some things, and he can come over here and we'll make arrangements and to do a few first shooting things. And I'm also trying to think of things to do for the camera, poses. I don't have many ideas, but partly because the standard poses that are so cute only work for skinny kids, not old fat guys like me, so they don't work. But I'm also not that healthy. Not that. I'm old. Not really old, you know. So, we're thinking about doing one video idea, maybe a lip sync. Now, I know 4 bears, so it's hard to get their names straight. There's Bar Bear, Brownie Bear, Sweet Bear Cub of San Francisco, but Grubbs Grizzly, that's who it was, already did Bear Necessities from The Jungle Book, the original movie. And I've heard that tune a million times. So seeing him doing it, I just fell over, died laughing. It was so funny. So it's been done, and it was done very well, so it's hard for me to get him to do it. Especially since I have to have my bear first done anyway. But think of something, a lip sync, that I can put a big thing of with lyrics and lip sync, you know, with the headphones on, the little ones, you know, earbuds, and a little iPod, and lip sync to it, and then dub it over with the music and put it on video. That's an idea. So, the camera picture that didn't come out was my taking multiple positions, playing around. I did it once. I'm not doing it again. The video came out bad, so I gotta do, you know, so whatever. So, well, anyhow, I'll finish up by, you know, as bad as things are for me, you know, I'm having to take care of my roommate who is bedbound, so he has to have people serve his meals and so forth like that. And so I'm having to do that for him. He has no money, so I have to do it for free. At least I can borrow use of the living room and so forth like that. And unfortunately, it's gotten a little messy. But I'm not really supposed to be cleaning out. But I just did some work on the head and new ears, a little attempted work at the jaw and cheek and so forth. It'll need some work. I have to make do with what I have. So, so as bad as my situation is, as I was going to say, it's obvious that Beast Cub in Sacramento shows worse for others. And it's really upsetting that her sister and her boyfriend, and this incident happened just before that mass shooting at the theater in Colorado. Her sister and the sister's boyfriend and their 4 dogs were hit in a crosswalk by a drunk driver. They got him, and he's a really bad apple. Killed the 4 dogs, and injured the boyfriend very severely. He eventually died a few days later because he pushed his girlfriend out of the way, saved her life. He is a true furry. He was a true furry. It's an interesting coincidence how the vast majority of us are such good guys, such wonderful people. It's a shame the public doesn't know that. We're a bit paranoid, thinking everybody thinks we're a bunch of freaks and sex addicts and whatnot, when we're not. Some individuals are, yeah, but they're biggie. Both. It's a few people who think we're CSI type of sex freaks and so forth. The majority don't see us that way, especially the few of us that have fursuits and go fursuiting. So, but it's a shame that most people, we really need more people to find out what a wonderful. It's a coincidence. It's not something specific about being furry that makes us special. Makes us more helpful and kind and friendly and all that sort of stuff. It just happened to be a coincidence. The vast majority of them are. Almost all. And especially when you look past a person and say something like a very nasty insult like, well, if you don't like it, go somewhere else. You're complaining about something, like out of business. Yeah, that's a pretty nasty thing to say. Because another place to say the same, and you're going everywhere, and it's really hurtful. But the person who said that, I like that person. Don't hold that one thing against the person. Get to really know the person. And it's our knowing each other so well, and all the neat things about such a wonderful thing we have. What a wonderful fandom. But I've gushed about this before. So, as bad as it seems for me, Beast Cub's thing is far worse, and it shows that actually, so long as I have furry, and I will beyond the grave, I'll be fine. I'm okay. It's good. It's wonderful. But bad as my situation is, severely depressing, and on, still a good thing. So, of course, I keep whining about it, and I'm typing up and saying, oh, blah, 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 and I'm so lonely, blah, blah, blah. So, next, I'm hoping to do an entertaining video, lip sync or something. I'll think about it later. Well, in the meantime, what's neat about this fursuit? I suited up earlier. I actually did this yesterday too. I suited up and was going to make a video and stuff. Fell asleep. It just for some reason is so comfortable to me. Yes, it's hot, miserable, blah, 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 but physically it's so comfortable. And because I haven't put in any weird things like a stiff tail that sticks out, so I'm only sitting forward like this because sitting back, my chin hits the chest and it won't work very well. So that's why, part of why it's comfortable, and it's neat that I just, I would suit up, and I wanted to go rest for a little bit, enjoy being suited up, and I fell asleep. So, I'm just, try to wrap this up before I fall asleep again. told you I was not sleeping. I don't snore much. Well,